I am an American in Ukraine, and I would like to read the following statement to my president. Dear President Trump, I hope that you and your family are well. My name is Christopher Livero, and I am an Army veteran who volunteered to fight one of our nation's wars after we were attacked on 9/11. I am also a retired police officer and a proud patriot of our great country. I was in Kiev, Ukraine the other night when Putin once again intentionally targeted civilians, as he has been doing for almost 4 years. The British Counselor's Office and the EU diplomatic mission were also targeted. A literal and symbolic attack on our allies and democracy itself. And just a week after your meeting with Putin in Alaska, he attacked an American factory here. Instead of condemning it, the very next day, your response was to proudly show off a photograph of you and Putin standing next to each other. Some might say a shocking display of submission. And speaking of your meeting in Alaska, sir, you were the commander-in-chief of the most powerful military on the planet. And you had American soldiers literally on their knees, laying out the red carpet for a man waging a genocidal campaign against a Western democracy, a man who has been knowingly murdering children in their sleep for years. Yet, you stood on the tarmac like a whooped puppy dog waiting for his master. As Putin approached, you clapped for him. You applauded him. The dictator committing genocide was given the red carpet and a warm, heartfelt welcome. As a veteran and a patriot, I must say to you, this was one of the most grotesque displays of American power anyone has ever seen. In direct contrast, President Zelensky, the democratically elected leader of the country who is the victim of this genocide, visited the White House several months ago and was ambushed by you and the vice president. He was berated, disrespected, attacked, and thrown out of the White House. You fawn over a murderous dictator who you so transparently seek the approval of, and you attack the leader of a democracy fighting for their very existence. We know you listen to your appointed loyalist, but you might fare well to also listen to actual subject matter experts who are not your sycophants. They would tell you Putin has no intention of ending this war. He has never had any intention of ending this war. He has never changed his demands, nor will he, sir. He met with you in Alaska so he could be seen as legitimate once again on the world stage, and you gave that to him. The primary reason he met with you is to pull your strings like a puppet master to get you to back off from imposing secondary sanctions, to reel you back in, and he did. Nothing came out of that meeting, zero, other than a photo op and you further embarrassing America on the world stage. What makes your dealings with Putin so insidious is that you are willing to side with the invader and carve up the land of the victim. President Trump, this has become a turning point in American and world history. For while you expect the Ukrainians to cede their land, you have ceded our position as the leader of the free world. Foreign leaders don't respect or trust you. They despise you, or in Putin's case, they play you. Rather than leveraging the full might of the United States of America to choke off Putin's ability to wage this war, you back down every single time. You talk tough, bluster, threaten severe consequences, cry wolf, and prove to the world that you are a paper tiger and that the U.S. can no longer lead on the global stage when it counts the most. You have never once demanded any concessions from Putin, but you blame Zelensky for this war and expect him to give up his territorial sovereignty. Rather than standing up to Putin, the bully, you coddle him, seek his favor, fantasize about his friendship, all the while blaming the victim of this invasion. Mr. President, this is not American leadership. This is cowardice and capitulation. And by the way, this invasion is not Zelensky's fault. nor is it Biden's war. This is Putin's war. When you say Zelensky should have never let this war happen, no one actually knows what you're talking about. There's only one man responsible for this genocide, Vladimir Putin. And sir, he is not your friend. He never will be. He doesn't respect you. He's laughing at you. Sir, when are you going to understand that no matter how hard you try to earn his favor, Putin will never see you as anything but a useful idiot to him? We realize you won the election and feel you have a mandate to your base. But sir, you are not the president of MAGA. You are the president of the United States of America. All of it. All of us. Outside of your followers, the rest of the country and the rest of the world thinks you're a joke, a hapless buffoon. The world sees you as the personification of idiocy, the embodiment of hate and pettiness and corruption. The days of Pax Americana are waning, and you are most definitely accelerating our demise. Our country and the free world need you to do better. I pray that you do. The belief that the Ukrainians could never win back all of their land is not a foregone conclusion. Ukraine, Europe, and the free world knows that if the United States of America was fully committed to Ukraine's victory, they could restore their rightful legal borders. Assuming they must cede some of their land because victory is elusive is not a fact, but rather a choice made by you. I will close by saying that you appear to think that there are two sides to this story of the Ukraine war. There are not. There is only right and wrong. Putin, and now we fear you, are on the wrong side of history and humanity in this conflict. Mr. President, this is not just a war between Ukraine and Russia. This is a war between good and evil, between democracy and dictatorship. This is a fight for the global order, and the Ukrainians are holding the line for all of us. In the words of Desmond Tutu, if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor. President Trump, may God bless you and keep you safe. And may God bless the United States of America.